Right, so here was the A plus PRB model from today, right? So coming into the day, if I clear all these drawings, what we see is that we're in on the 15-minute and the hourly, right? We're in a scenario where we've got a possible protected swing high above here. Now the reason this is one is because it's swept out a high. As you can see, it's swept London high. We've displaced away from it, and it also tapped a 15-minute, an hourly, and a 4-hour bearish fair value gap, and it's just overall in bearish order flow. As you can see, we trade down, it's a retracement, trade down, right? So this, if we're still bearish, we want to see this stay intact, right? Now, if we want to see this stay intact because we're still bearish, then the shorts we want to see are going to obviously be from the premium of this range, right, towards low resistance and towards time-based draws, which we have here. We've got Asian and London low, and it's low resistance, as you can see here. Swing, failure swing, failure swing, failure swing, right? Three kind of prominent 15-minute failure swings, right? So with that being said, we see that we do trade lower from the premium of this range, right? So that means we've then put in this high here as our new rebalance protected swing high, right? But obviously this is before 9:30, so we can't get into short straight away here. But if you wanted to, obviously it'd be this displacement and then like this CISD with a stop here. And as you can see, it works beautifully, but we're not getting in them shorts. So what we do is we see 9:30 opens here. Doesn't do anything big, right? It doesn't manipulate and create a new protected swing high. And the reason it doesn't do that is because we've already got one, and obviously it doesn't make one to the downside because we aren't bullish, right, in this scenario. So it just kind of trades us lower. Then what you do is you'd mark out this whole entire range and you'd wait for a rebalance. So as you can see here, from this high to this low, because obviously you'd keep putting it at each low. So you'd see put it at this low, put it at this low, but we never trade up to the 0.5 until we put in this low and we then come for the 0.5, right? We then rebalance the 0.5 inside this 5-minute fair value gap. And then we get a 30-second short that's like somewhere here. Stop at the high and then 2R. Right now, this does hit for 2R because the 30-second short is like here or something because it's much cleaner. So that's what we would take, or even just just shorten this 1-minute gap, right? 1-minute displacement, 1-minute IFEG, 1-minute bearish gap, short that, stop at the high. As you can see, it runs for 2.86R to this low, right? Obviously, we only need 2, so there's that, and it delivers in pretty much one candle. But obviously, if you wanted to hold until these lower lows, then you could have done that, but we didn't. Here is a similar thing, right? This is now our protected high, so we want to see this range rebalance and then trade lower, which as you can see, we rebalance it. We obviously did get it here and trade low, but we don't get any entry confirmation. Same with this one. We don't get really any valid entry confirmation. There's no IFEG or CISD or anything. But we then get this. We then get boom CISD, 1-minute fair value gap, right? You could have short. This trade wasn't as good because this high is now an unfilled 15 gap. So yes, it's a protected swing high, but it's also an unfilled 15 gap, right? So it's a bit iffy, but say you didn't care about that, which obviously was the right idea not to. That runs for a lovely 2R as well, right? Or like I said, if you're targeting like this low, or if you target London low, then you can get 4.R, but it hasn't hit yet, but you could target Asia low for 5R, right? So it just depends. So that was today. Pretty good, pretty easy. Obviously you just had to have the right bias, right? If you were looking for longs, realistically you shouldn't have caught any because we had put in this low. By the time we retrace to 0.5, we don't get any entry. Then we put in this low, but we've already swept this low, so you shouldn't be looking for longs because what you thought was a protected swing low had been swept. And we also made an SMT with this high here. So this was a very protected high here. And that's why this short was so good, because obviously it's protected high, rebalanced high, short, right, bang. So that was today. Let me know any questions.